1. Humans can't multitask. You may hear people claiming that they're natural multitaskers, and you've probably even seen it in some job requirements, but humans simply cannot multitask. Sure, you can listen to music while you work, but your brain can only process one higher function task at a time. That means that you will either be doing work and mainly ignoring the music, or listening to the music and ignoring your work. People simply cannot think about two things at once. 2. Our strongest memories are usually inaccurate. We feel like memories of traumatic events burn themselves into our minds to remain there forever. This is known as flashbulb memories. Studies have shown that the stronger the emotional state you were in during that event, the more the memory is inaccurate. 3. We blame a person's behavior on their personality unless it's us. Has someone ever cut you off at a roundabout or intersection and made you really mad, only for you to go on to do the exact same thing to someone else just 10 minutes later? Although the person that cut you off infuriated you, you're likely to have justified your own actions to yourself because you're in a hurry, and it's just this once. We tend to attribute our bad behavior to external forces, and other people's bad behavior to their internal attributes. 4. Our brains wander for about 30% of the day. On average, we spend about 30% of our day daydreaming, though some people do it more. The upside of this is that researchers point out that people who tend to daydream more are better at solving problems and tend to be more creative. 5. We prefer shorter lines of text, but read longer ones better. It might sound counterintuitive, but while we might prefer to read narrow columns, we'll read the same information faster if it's spread to the width of the page. The only reason you don't notice that is because you visually prefer the shorter layout. 6. We don't predict our reaction to future events very well. We often think that we're going to react to a future event in a certain way, only for the event to actually take place and us to find that we reacted completely differently to how we predicted. We place hope in the ability of a single occurrence to be able to change everything, but we often find that it doesn't do much to change how we feel at all. 7. Most of your decisions are made subconsciously. Do you think about all the decisions you make, weighing all the options and calculating the impact of each outcome? You might think you are, but you're wrong. The majority of your decisions are made in your subconscious because otherwise, your conscious mind would be overwhelmed with information and you'll probably get mentally frozen. The reason for this is that your brain receives over 11 million bits of information every second, and there's simply not enough brain power to go through all of it consciously. 8. We can only sustain a high level of concentration for 10 minutes. Do you think you can concentrate on a task for more than 10 minutes? Studies indicate otherwise. On average, a person's attention span peaks after 10 minutes. Then the mind begins to wander. 9. We can only store between 5 and 9 bits of information at once. The average human can only keep an average of 7 bits of information at once in their short-term memory. Each of the 7 bits of information can consist of several pieces of relevant data. The best example is remembering a phone number. It can be anywhere between 9 and 14 digits long, so we break it into segments like country code, area code, and a set of numbers. We usually split into 3 to 4 digit groups.